home. One of the founding fathers of the Rat Pack.
Oh, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah! Get your guess on. You just won $5,000.
On WNKY, NBC 40. If you've been hurt in a wreck, call Crocker Law Firm. Want justice? Go to JudgeJudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Listen, sir, you're 17 years old. You have the following choices. You can be a decent, civilized human being who works, who is productive, member of the community, or you can be a bum. You're well on your way to becoming a bum. If you're 17 years old and your mother has had to go with you at least twice to court, which means you were arrested twice. Arrested 2 times by the time you're 17 years old. How old are you?
27.
How many times have you been arrested?
A few.
Oh, my God.
Not my fault.
I'm not asking. I know the answer. We have over 100 years between us. So you can either be a bum or not. That's your choice. Right now, you owe him $1,500 for his bike and his trouble. We're done.
Oh, is there excuse and they step out?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
Judge Judy is right, man. You know, don't steal.
Yeah, locked me up for having no license.
It's either you gonna go to jail, be a bum like Judge Judy said, or you gonna rise to the top.
It is what it is.
It's a crazy situation, but it happened and that's life, you know?
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Noah Fairber.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome in to a Wednesday evening after clouds have now moved in. Some rain is going to move in. I don't think we're going to see any wintry stuff tonight.
Maybe later in the week, but not too much.
Maybe tomorrow night into Friday. That looks to be the tricky time for us here in southern Kentucky.
It won't be too much, though.
No, it's not going to be a lot. It'll be a kind of a slushy kind of a thing, you know. But here's a live view from Reservoir Hill and our AAA Systems live cam from downtown Bowling Green. We're looking more east-southeast, seeing the clouds across the Fort F.C. Smith Park, which is right there at Reservoir Hill, and seeing the clouds continue to thicken up. The rain is just back to the west. We can look at 4-hour clouds and radar, and you'll begin to see the showers trying to work their way into the area, kind of up toward Beaver Dam and Hartford now, getting some of the light rain, but that's going to overspread the area, and temperatures I think are going to be too warm for us to see anything else but rain. Right now, 40s to near 50, 47 in Bowling Green. Tonight, we're going to see rain likely. A possible mix off to the north, but not around here, and a low of 33 after the rains move out. But there's another chance coming as we get into Thursday night and Friday. Your 7-day forecast coming up.
Our top story tonight, a very unfortunate Saturday night for members of the Allen County community as a fatal car accident that has shaken up not only families, but the entire school system. News 40's Michael Ridgway joins us live in the studio tonight with more details.
It's a holiday season that the Carter and Patrick family will never forget. Right before Christmas, tragedy striking and unfortunately leaving a family member missing.
She called me. She was at his family Christmas gathering, and I just said, you know, when you head home, just be careful, and we love you, and we'll see you in just a little bit. And then at I think it was maybe 30 minutes later, maybe 40, we got the phone call from saying we needed to come up there. There'd been a bad accident. From there, it's kind of a blur to me.
A tragic event on Christmas weekend for 2 families, a boy and a girl, both Allen County High School students, who had a terrible crash on December 23rd. Taking the life of Braxton Patrick and severely injuring Brooklyn Carter, perhaps leaving her paralyzed. Needless to say, it's been a tough time.
Our main goal is to make sure she gets everything that she needs here and at home in the near future, and to be able to keep us, to be able to be with her, even though we both hold a 40-hour job, and be able to sustain the billing or the bills that we currently have today.
An old friend of Braxton had a few words to say about him while they visited the crash. He played football with him in elementary school and remembers him fondly.
He was just that type of friend that if you needed anything, you call him, he'd be there. He'd always cheer you up when you're feeling down. He was just all around a good guy.
The school system is doing their best to help the community as well. They offered emergency counseling on Christmas Eve. The principal of the high school worries about the rest of the student body.
But you just don't know how this is going to trigger something else for somebody else. You know, I guess that's one of the biggest things that's weighing on me right now is how's this going to affect other children in my school. I call them children because they still are, but young adults. But how's it going to affect them? Is this going to tip them over, from where they're struggling right now, to that kind of beat? And so that's one of the things that I've been struggling with since this has happened.
Braxton Patrick's funeral will be this Saturday, and donations are being taken up by the family's church, the school, and Brooklyn's mother to help with medical bills. You can find all that information on our website later this evening. Back to you, Noah.
All right, Michael. Well, Interstate 64 in Louisville is back open after an early morning fire shuts down several lanes. Check out this video. You can see just how close the building fire is to traffic on I-64. In fact, Louisville fire crews say the flames were reaching the expressway and prompted the shutdown. Fire officials say they got the call around 4:50 this morning that a vacant building was on fire, and it took about 45 firefighters 1 hour to put the fire out. No one was injured, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. The date for the new system at county clerks' offices around the Commonwealth is slowly approaching. The impact of this new system will affect offices' motor vehicle departments. In Warren County, the new system might be difficult when they first begin, but after a few months, it will benefit the state and the drivers on the road.
Everyone will keep their own plate when they transfer their vehicle or something like that. That's going to cause some issues too in the beginning, especially because that plate may be assigned to you or to the previous owner if you've just bought a vehicle, things like that. So it's going to be a transition for everyone.
This change is not just impacting the county clerk's office. Tune in tonight to learn how this will impact drivers and local law enforcement. Well, to Consumer Nows, if you are hoping to get your hands on Apple's hottest new smartwatch, you still have a chance. A U.S. International Trade Commission order prevented Apple from importing the latest models of the Apple Watch and Apple Watch Ultras to the United States because they violate patents registered to another company. Now, a federal appeals court has temporarily blocked that import ban while the patent dispute winds its way through the legal system. Apple had removed the watches from its online store and from Apple Store shelves earlier this week. The company filed an emergency motion on Tuesday saying it could, quote, suffer irreparable harm if the ban is kept in place while the appeal is ongoing. Third-party stores like Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and Amazon continued to sell the latest Apple Watch models. The company's fix for the affected Apple Watches is expected to take place by January 12th. The Fed appears to be ready to drop interest rates next year, giving sidelined first-time homebuyers hope that 2024 may be their best chance to finally get into the housing market. In today's Consumer Watch, Cole Higgins has a look at what we can expect and tips if you're looking to buy.
After years of record prices, historically high mortgage rates, and massive market demand, some experts say sidelined first-time homebuyers could have more hope in 2024.
It's going to get cheaper going forward, but I'm not going to call it easy or less painful.
Economist Joe Brusuela says the Federal Reserve is poised to lower interest rates next year, which could make homes more affordable. According to the U.S. National Home Price Index released this week, house prices hit a new record high in October. That's when mortgage rates were above 7%, the highest levels in 23 years. That, plus historically low inventory, continued to push up home prices. So what can you do if you're looking to buy in 2024?
When you get back in the market, houses are going to come in. When there's a lot of demand, they're going to go fast. Somebody else is going to be ready to move. You want that person to be you.
Real estate investor David Green has these 4 tips. 1, improve your financial position to increase your chances of getting a better loan, like paying off debt, saving more money, and improving your credit. 2, step up your market research. Get realistic and consider what you can actually afford and what your priorities are.
You can change everything about a house except where it's located. So really prioritize the houses in the areas that work the best for you, not the houses that look the best.
3, once you get your loan approved, get your loan officer and your realtor working together. And finally, consider waiting until winter time. That's when home sales traditionally slow down, so there will be less competition. For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
Still to come on News 40 at 5, as we approach the final days of 2023, we'll have some ways to make sure one of your resolutions is staying healthy in 2024, and that'll be in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back with a full look at our forecast. Not only does he have a great view of Reservoir Hill, he'll also tell you when you can expect the wintry mix to come in later this week, right after this.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Feels good to be home. Save big this weekend during Ashley's New Year's Bash. Thursday through Monday, get 25% off your entire purchase. Now is the perfect time to refresh your space. Shop the New Year's Bash this weekend only at Ashley.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
Right now, a brand new move-in ready Jayco home is more affordable than you might think. Jayco Homes has the gift of a low 5.5% 30-year fixed interest rate that's guaranteed for the life of your loan. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your home will be protected with our exclusive 210 home warranty, backed by our full-time service department. Find your dream home today at JaycoHomes.com. Yes, you really can be home for the holidays.
It's the winning season at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win cash or free play with nightly drawings December 25th through the 31st. Bring home the jolly this holiday season at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Visit themintgaming.com for more details.
You're not going to want to miss this.
Jeopardy! Like the Everest of trivia.
Spitting truth there. What is
What's nitroglycerin? Avignon.
Hyperglycemia. You got revenge on that category.
I sure did.
Weeknights at 6 on WNKY, NBC 40.
Feels good to be home. Save big this weekend during Ashley's New Year's Bash. Thursday through Monday, get 25% off your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 60 months with no down payment. Shop the New Year's Bash this weekend only at Ashley.
Time now for a full look at our forecast with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, as we're getting close to the new year, as much as people may not like it, I think one of Mother Nature's New Year resolutions should be more rain, because we've seen in your forecast we've had a bit of a rain deficit this year. So
yeah, well, we're not going to make up that deficit before the end of the year, of course. I mean, we're talking about almost 8 inches of rain that we're behind. But
I don't see that happening.
We'll get a little bit, but we're still going to fall behind even as we go into the new year. As we check things out right now, live radar showing the beginning of some of the rain that's going to be with us tonight. Now, here's the thing to point out that I want to make sure that you guys get out there as far as understanding how this system is going to come in, because when you've seen that the forecast low tonight is 33, immediately you think there would be some mixed precipitation in here. But here's the thing, that 33 is not going to happen until very early tomorrow morning, and most of this rain will be out of here. If there's anything left, yes, there could be a little bit of mix, but all of this is rain up near Hartford as you go north of the parkways here in I-165. And then as you head over toward Eddyville, Princeton, down toward Hopkinsville, they're all getting some light rain, and it's all pulling to the east. So once it gets here, it is going to be mainly rain for Bowling Green and southern Kentucky. That 33 degrees is not going to happen until later on tonight or early tomorrow morning. You can see the clouds, Hospital Hill and Reservoir Hill, and the beautiful water tower in the background there from our AAA Systems live weather cam. 53 was our high today. That was earlier today, of course. 47, the normal. 28 is where we landed this morning with some of that fog that we saw that started the day with some of the sunshine as well. There you saw the deficit of rainfall at 8.01 inches for the year. 47 and cloudy now with a southeast wind coming in at 8 miles per hour. The dew point at 39, so there's not a lot of difference between the air temperature and the dew point, which means we're starting to get a little bit more moisture moving in with this next system. That closed low pressure system, which has just been drifting and meandering about, it is going to continue to come through, and I think our best chance of seeing the light rain is going to happen, as you see here, 9-10 o'clock this evening into the early morning hours. Then it goes away. That's when the colder air starts to come in, so most of the rain will be gone by the time that happens. So I'm not looking for anything here as far as wintry mix until the secondary disturbance starts to move in here as we get into Thursday night and Friday. There you see it, a little bit of snow mixing in with the rain. It will be cold enough for something slushy to happen by, say, early Friday morning. I don't think it's going to amount to much, but it is going to impact travel, I do think, on Friday morning. Then it's all going to change back to rain as temperatures get above freezing, and then some colder air starts to come in as we get into Monday and Tuesday, the new year, of course. There's that wintry mix at 70% now as we get into Friday morning, so I think that's going to be the best time to see something here of impact. 33 with rain likely tonight, maybe a mix off to the north, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. 42 tomorrow, mainly cloudy. There's your wintry mix on Friday, especially Friday morning. Could have some impact, and then we see colder 40s as we bring in the new year and ring out the old, and a little chance of a shower on Monday. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
The Haven at Massey Springs is a special place. Alzheimer's and dementia residents need a special kind of care. So at the Haven, we take care of your loved one just like family. Our memory care program stimulates minds in a therapeutic environment and caters a plan of care as unique as your loved one.
Here at Massey Springs, family takes care of family, and it shows. Schedule your tour with us today.
BG Home Furnishings is the best place to shop and work. We stay motivated with daily massages.
It is just like the North Pole around here. Santa and his elves are delivering daily. We can make a calendar out of our delivery team. Meet Mr. November, always smiling and ready to deliver your sofa. For over 40 years, we are proud to be a locally owned and operated business. We are so thankful for the continued support of our community.
Did you know that even if you quit smoking up to 15 years ago, that you could still be at risk for lung cancer? A lung cancer screening could save your life. If you are a current or former smoker between the ages of 50 and 80 years old, ask your doctor if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. MedCenter Health Primary Care offers 8 locations across South Central Kentucky where you can get started.
Kick off the new year in style at Garcia's Bar and Grill in downtown Bowling Green. Groove all night long to the soulful sounds of T. Martell and a live DJ. Plus, enjoy all your Garcia's favorites. Garcia's New Year's Bash in downtown Bowling Green.
I'm Hugh Trimble
and the Atomic Ranch
Band. Tune in to hear some folk, some stories, some rock and roll. Hear our newest drummer this week on Marquee Backstage.
Check it out.
See you soon.
It's festive family fun. Live. Pictionary every weekday.
We're just days away from the start of the new year, but before 2023 comes to a close, you can make your health a priority. In today's Health Minute, the year-end health list you need to check off before we count down. If your 2023 health goals didn't quite turn out like you hoped, it's not too late.
The end of the year can be a good time to check in with yourself and make sure that you've done all the things that you need to do to keep yourself healthy.
Dr. Lisa Lamond with Mayo Clinic says, first on your year-end checklist, if you haven't done it already, go ahead and get an appointment for a routine wellness exam.
They're going to do a full physical exam. They're going to check routine laboratory studies, and they're going to talk to you about your healthcare screenings.
Scheduling those screenings is next on the list. They vary depending on age, health, and family history and gender. But consider screenings for certain types of cancer, high blood pressure or high cholesterol, diabetes, osteoporosis, sexually transmitted diseases, and mental health conditions like depression or anxiety. Also, make sure you're up to date on your vaccinations.
It is not too late to get your flu or updated COVID vaccines. And there is a new vaccine that's available for RSV.
Lamont says to put heart health on your list. Eating right and being active can help that. Finally, make good quality sleep a priority.
In order to help improve your sleep, try to avoid looking at screens for at least 30 minutes prior to bedtime. And also remember to exercise during the daylight hours.
Healthcare is more hazardous for patients at hospitals purchased by private equity firms, financing models designed to make money for investors. The study looked at the rates of 10 serious adverse events associated with Medicare at 51 hospitals before and after they were purchased by private equity firms. Researchers then compared those results with the rates of the same complications at more than 250 hospitals that were not owned by those entities. The study revealed in the private equity hospitals there was a 25% increase in patient complications. The rates of patient falls inside the facility, central line infections, and surgical site infections all increased as well. The study author says treating fewer patients eligible for both Medicare and Medicaid benefits is one trend the research found. While a breast cancer diagnosis of any kind is life-altering, a diagnosis of metastatic breast cancer can be especially devastating. But as Dr. Malika Marshall reports, new advances in treatment are helping patients live longer and healthier lives.
Valerie Frank was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2018. Despite multiple surgeries, chemo, and radiation, 2 years ago it returned and had become metastatic, meaning it spread to her bones, liver, and lungs. The 52-year-old wife and mother of 3 teenage girls was crushed.
It was absolutely terrifying. I was in a state of panic for months, just paralyzing panic.
Fortunately, there are so many more treatment options available for patients like Valerie compared to just a decade ago.
It used to be patients were living for about 2 years. Now the median survival is up to 5+ years. So it is dramatically different, and that is because we have so many new therapies that are available for patients.
One such therapy is antibody drug conjugates that act as smart bombs by directly targeting the tumor, sparing healthy cells, and reducing side effects.
We have seen the most number of approvals for metastatic breast cancer in the last 3 years than I have seen in my entire career over 15 years.
Unfortunately, over time, cancer cells learn to outsmart individual drugs, so it's important to have an arsenal of options. Valerie has already gone through several therapies. When her current regimen stops working, she'll move on to another.
I hope one day we'll be able to tell a patient with metastatic disease that we can cure them. We're not there yet.
I am going to die of breast cancer, unless I'm hit by a bus. I'll die of breast cancer, but I am determined to be here for as long as I can for my family.
No matter what it takes. Dr. Malika Marshall, CBS News, Boston.
Still to come on News 40 at 5, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is among a party of U.S. officials in Mexico today addressing the immigrant crisis at the southern border. We'll have more details right after this.
Severe weather can happen at any moment. WNKY News 40 weather is here to prepare you before the storm hits. On air, online, and on your phone, News 40 keeps you safe and weather aware. Severe weather coverage powered by Buck Electric.
waking up my day. So let's get it started, turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
Hi, Paul.
Meet Opie Taylor. He's dramatic. A dreamer.
I wish that I get a B in arithmetic.
But most of all,
I think you're the best sheriff in the whole world.
he's devoted to Dad. It's Andy and Opie on The Andy Griffith Show.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
The New York Times is suing OpenAI and Microsoft for copyright infringement. In the complaint filed today, the Times alleges the company's artificial intelligence technology illegally copied millions of the news organization's articles to train ChatGPT to provide people with information. As a result, the Times alleges the technology is now competing with their own company. According to the complaint, the Times claims it first discovered its work was being used to train ChatGPT months ago and has since been trying to receive compensation. But the Times alleges it was unable to reach a resolution with the companies. As a reported 8,000-person caravan of South and Central American migrants makes their way towards the U.S.-Mexico border, Biden administration officials are in Mexico City today, meeting with Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas are leading a U.S. delegation for the negotiations as they work towards addressing the, quote, unprecedented irregular migration in the Western Hemisphere, according to the U.S. State Department. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
Today, a clear illustration of the swelling numbers of migrants at the U.S. southern border. An estimated 8,000 men, women, and children slowly moving north through Mexico in the largest caravan in more than a year. It comes as the U.S. Secretaries of State and Homeland Security are in Mexico meeting with the Mexican president. The leaders looking for solutions to what the State Department calls unprecedented irregular migration in the Western Hemisphere.
What Secretaries Blinken and Mayorkas are going to be pushing for is enforcement, enforcement, enforcement.
As lawmakers on Capitol Hill struggle to make a deal on tightening immigration policy and boosting border security, the Biden administration is hoping Mexico can do more to beef up its southern border. The migrants in that new caravan are starting from southern Mexico after making the trip from Central America, Venezuela, Cuba, and other countries, fleeing harsh conditions and seeking asylum in the U.S. Congressional Republicans are pushing for restrictions on asylum claims as Customs and Border Protection has been overwhelmed with a surge in migrants. Crossings are down from record highs last week when more than 12,000 migrants a day were crossing the border illegally.
We're being overrun. President Biden has abandoned the Border Patrol.
A potent political problem for President Biden heading into a re-election year and a humanitarian crisis for thousands at the border.
The visit to Mexico from top Biden administration officials comes after President Biden spoke with the president of Mexico, the two leaders agreeing more needs to be done to curb border crossings. President Biden has also said he's open to significant compromise on border policy in those ongoing negotiations on Capitol Hill. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Stay tuned because we'll have a final check of your forecast when we return.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started, turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Right now, a brand new move-in ready Jago home is more affordable than you might think. Jago Homes has the gift of a low 5.5% 30-year fixed interest rate that's guaranteed for the life of your loan. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable throughout the year with our exclusive Energy Smart technology. Find your dream home today at jagohomes.com. Yes, you really can be home for the holidays.
Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing. Hopscotch. Someone came to play.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
It's time, y'all. Come on. It's a new season from my new home in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Well, Chris, you put it so well in your full forecast earlier. I don't even know that we really need to say a whole lot else besides it's going to be cold and a little rainy tonight.
A little rainy at first, then the colder air comes in behind it. That's why it's mostly going to be a rain for us here in southern Kentucky. Maybe off to the north, somebody could see some snowflakes mixing in, but it's not going to be that big of a deal tonight as we fall to 33 by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be fine. It is tomorrow night into Friday morning. If we're going to see something wintry, that is when it's most likely to happen.
All right, well, people will be looking out for it as we head into the new year.
Yeah, I would say that's what you need to do.
Exactly. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us on News 40 at 5. We'll see you over on CBS 40 at 6.
Plans. We'll have the forecast.
There's fraud going on. Absolutely.
The important warning about Kratom, a supplement people are using to treat anxiety. The FDA saying it could be addictive and even deadly.
They're selling it like it's coffee or tea.
I was just trying to teach you the value of $1.